This is going to be the dough for the coconut fried pie. In this bowl we have is flour, salt, baking powder, and sugar. Now I put this on a scale so that way I can measure out the shortening instead of sticking it into a cup. So half a cup of shortening is 95 grams. But what I'm using today is lard. I ordered on Amazon. It should make it will make your crust tastier. So we're gonna measure out 95 grams. We're gonna mix up the sugar. Sugar, baking powder, everything's in here. And salt. Now we want to make sure our scale is to 0. And it's in gram, and we're going for 95. Okay, 95 grams. We have our lard in here. Now I'm going to use my hand and just break it up into little pieces. You just rub your lard or shortening together. You can use a pastry cutter. So you see it's nice pea size. You can use a pastry cutter if you don't want to use your hand. But look, you can feel the dough. You can see it's in minuscule. All the lard or shortening, it's already incorporated into the flour. Now we're going to add milk. So it's 1 cup of milk, but you're not going to do it all at once because you want to make sure your dough is not too wet. You don't want a wet dough. So I'm going to do 3/4 of it. Reserve just 1/4 back, and we add if we need to. I did half buttermilk and half milk. You can do all milk, all buttermilk. It will make your dough more tender if you do buttermilk, but if you don't want it too tender, then you do milk. You can do canned milk if you don't want whole milk. So you want to work with your hand. I can see the dough is pretty dry, and it can take all of it. Now you're going to transfer that dough onto a mat because you don't want to work your dough too much, and you don't want too much liquid. It's pretty dry, so I'm going to put a capful of milk on top. So you want to do a little bit at a time. Now we're going to get one of these things. You can get metal or plastic. It helps you fold the dough in. So always put in milk a capful at a time. If you need more liquid, if your dough's too dry, you need more liquid, don't be afraid to add it. Low crumb here, so we're going to put a little milk right there. See, just a little bit more. So you can feel it. It's moist, not too wet, and not too dry. Now we'll need to let this dough relax. I'm going to put a tea towel over this. So let the dough relax, and we're going to go make the cream. Making the coconut cream pie. And this is the coconut cream for inside the pie, be the filling. In the bowl so far we have is milk, flour, sugar, 2 egg yolk, vanilla extract, and now we're going to add a coconut extract. You want a good 2 teaspoons in there. And we're going to whisk this together, and we're going to microwave this to cook instead of doing it over the stove top. 4 minutes, and after 4 minutes we'll do 2-minute interval. We'll see how hot the microwave heats up. Okay, 4 minutes up. Let's look at this now. Oh, look at that. It's pretty cooked. So maybe we should have done 3-minute increment. To get a better tasting coconut, I'm going to use some coconut milk, but the part that's like butter, because if you open this can up, there is liquid and there's the solid part. So I'm going to use some liquid and some solid. So I had some earlier already opened up. So now you can see there's the liquid part. I'm going to put some in, and I'm going to put some solid part in as well. So this is pretty thick, so you want to lighten up the filling. So while it's still hot, just like butter, you add the coconut cream in, beat it well, and then we're gonna microwave for another minute and we should be done. This is much faster than the stovetop. See how good it looks? And let's taste this. Make sure it's sweet enough for you. Oh yeah, it's sweet. Okay, 1 minute in. We're going to add some butter. Let's taste this. Well, the butter adds some richness to it. Definitely add that butter at the end. Delicious. Now we're going to fold in our coconut. Definitely using baker coconut is the way to go. It's really good quality coconut. And you want half a cup in here. You can put as much coconut as you like. And now we're just going to fold it in. This will be a good filling for a coconut cake filling as well. Let's taste. Delicious. Okay, I put the coconut cream filling into a Ziploc, and I'm going to put it in the fridge so it can harden up a little bit, so when we put it into the pie, it'll be easier. Okay, the dough has rested for a good half an hour or a little bit more. Now we're going to roll the dough out. We're going to pinch off a dough that's the size of a golf ball, depending how big you want it. And you're going to use wax paper, so you don't have to use a lot of flour when you're rolling. So 1 wax paper on the bottom, 1 wax paper on top. So you can make little pies or big pie. And you want to roll it out really thin. And you can move the wax paper once in a while. And you can turn it upside down and roll it from there as well. Okay, it's pretty thin now. You don't want it too thin, otherwise your filling will come out. And we're going to put this on a pan and put it in the fridge, let it chill a little bit. Okay, it's been in the fridge for a few minutes. So if there's any straggly that looks funny, you can just trim them off. You can re-roll them. So we can put a good amount. You don't want too much where it will spill out. You want a good amount. You want put some water around the edging, so we'll seal the pie. So you can pinch them or put a fork, but I think I'm going to pinch them so that way they won't come out. Just roll the pie. See, just roll up the pie. See how I'm rolling it? Now you want to make it pretty, you can put your little, like a pie crust dough. You can pinch it. You do it with a chopstick. You can pinch it. Look prettier, see? You just want to make sure there's a seal all the way. So this is good. Use a chopstick and push it down like that. If you don't have a chopstick, any little small stick that you have, a wooden stick, just push it down. Okay, we're done with that one. Put a little water. Fold it over. You want to fold the dough over, making a nice seal, so that way the filling won't come out. You can use a fork or a chopstick. You want a nice little indentation. Or you can buy one of those empanada machine. You can press it. Make sure your oil is at least 335 or 40 degree. You don't want it too hot, or why your thing will burn. If you have a digital thermometer, you can stick it in there, or use any like a chopstick, anything wooden, to see if it sizzle. So right now it's at 330, so it's perfect. See, I also have a chopstick here. You can see it, that sizzling. Now let's drop our pie in slowly. See, nice sizzle. You don't want it too high. You want it at a medium high. Just two pie time, you don't want to crowd it. You only want to turn the pie once, otherwise you will poke a hole in it. Just checking the temperature, make sure it didn't go down too low, so it's still good. It's been about 2 minutes. We're going to turn the pies now. Look at that, that's just nice. Okay, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And nothing came out. Very good. And flip them. And you want to put them on a wire rack. Don't they look good? They're nice and hot. So we're going to let them cool and we're going to try them. You don't have to put a lot on if you don't like it too sweet. Look at how beautiful this pie is. It hasn't set yet, the glaze. Can you hear that? Nice and crispy. Wow, look at that cream center. Let's try this. Mmm. The crust is so flaky. And that's a nice good amount of cream. Luscious. Coconut cream. And that glaze really set off. You need the glaze because the filling is not that sweet. So if you want a sweeter pie, add more sugar. Mmm. But I think it's sweet enough for me. It's up to you, to your taste bud, how you like it. You can also toast some coconut and sprinkle them on top of the glaze so you have more crunch. But it's delicious. Bon appetit. See you in the next video.